Hi guys, Zaby here, bringing you a brand new video. In today's video, I'm bringing you another Destiny Weapon Showdown. In today's showdown, we're going to have the Silence of Aarn, and we're going to go up against the Immobius. So we're going to compare these two real quick. Right off the bat, you can see the rate of fire is much higher on the Immobius. But again, it suffers from impact as compared to the Silence of Aarn. But the range is literally exactly the same if you have the perks on it, which both of these have the perks to increase the range, but they pretty much have the same, range. Now the stability on the Immobius is actually lower than the Silence of Aarn, and it's kind of strange though, because you'd want more stability on a shotgun that fires faster than you would with a one-shot pretty much kill. And then the reload is much higher on the Immobius. Now I would kind of say that they're both kind of remind me of a older shotgun. The Silence of Aarn is kind of more like a Fellwinter's Lie kind of style weapon, and the Immobius is more of a Found Verdict. And they're both great in their own ways, and I used both of them in year one quite a bit. So I'm going to quickly go over each of the abilities and show you how they are. The Silence of Aarn has the Will of Light, which will be on all of the shotguns that you'll get if you get the Aarn, or actually any of the raid weapons will have this, which is great when you're going up against the Taken, sorry. And then it also has Cocoon, which is also one of the main raid perks, which is it's a pretty great perk, and it's really useful when you're fighting enemies. So those are the two perks that I'm going to be looking at for that one. Then I'm going to look at the Immobius here real quick. It just has solar damage, so it could be different for everyone, I think. Surrounded is its first perk, and our last perk over here is Bouncer, which is, I think this is the perk that you'll get no matter what on this weapon, which inside the Ward of Dawn with Armor of Light, you do not expend ammo, which is, it's a good perk. It's a pretty decent perk, but I find myself not using it as much, because normally I pair my Helm of Saint 14 with the bubble, and they like to walk out of the bubble. So it's a good perk, it's there. So yeah, so let's get into some gameplay. I'm gonna show you some gameplay, and then I'll tell you my opinion of it. There's a few enemies over here. We'll take them out with the raid shotgun, and as you can see, try to get my next shot off as fast as possible. And as you can see, it's got a decent range, and it actually didn't take that enemy out on its first shot, but it does struggle a little bit with its pellets, but it's still a great shotgun, and I use that one a lot in PvP. Now let's switch real quick to the Immobius, and we'll show you how this one works. Looks like some enemies hopefully just dropped over here, which they did, and as you can see, this one shoots a lot faster, and it reloads a lot quicker as well. And it's great, and it's, as you can see, it's just mowing down these enemies actually much quicker, even though it's got less impact, it has a much better rate of fire. So I'm going to run over here back to our wall, and I'm going to show how the pellets work for each of these. So I'm standing at a fair distance away, and we'll show you how that one shoots. They're pretty close together. And then we'll switch right back to this one, and that's how they shoot. So they're practically the same. You'll probably get about the same hits with either of these weapons, but the Silence of Aarn has much more power behind each shot, but you can get more shots off with the Immobius. And before I forget, the Immobius is the legendary weapon you get for being a Titan through the gunsmith. So now let's get to what I personally think which one of these two weapons is better. Uh, Everyone will have their own opinion, which I respect, and you know, they're both different and people have different play styles. So, I mean, if you like a faster shooting shotgun, the Immobius is better for you. But if you like that raw power behind each shot, I think the Silence of Aarn is better for you. But in my opinion, for PvE at least, the Immobius is better. This is pretty much my go-to secondary weapon. I use this all the time. It's probably my favorite secondary next to the Thessian FR4, which is a fusion rifle, and I really enjoy using the Immobius, but I have a lot more luck in PvP with the Silence of Aarn, because I get pretty much I get one-shot kills with it, kind of like how I used to with my Fellwinter's Lie, which hopefully I can get again since the Iron Banner is back. But for now, the Silence of Aarn is pretty great, but I have to give my personal preference. I have to give it to the Immobius. I believe the Immobius is just got that slight edge for me personally to use more often. So, all right, guys, what do you think? Do you like the Immobius better, or do you like the Silence of Aarn? I might be saying AR wrong too, so let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So let me know in the comments what you think of both of these weapons and which one you like better. And if you like my videos, subscribe. And again, guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have an awesome day.